Hey everyone, it's me, QP83.
And Barbie0913.
And today we have some fun stuff to show you. It's stuff we picked up at doll shows and savers and all of those good places.
All rolled up in one.
Yes. So April was a really busy month if you live in Illinois and it was, doll show time. Yeah. There was the Chicago Toy Show and the Kane County Doll Show. Mm-hmm. And they were like a week apart. Mm-hmm. So the first week it was like Chicago Toy Show, and then the next week we were back at Kane County at the Kane County Doll Show. Mm-hmm. And we picked some stuff up. And
before that, I was at the Junk in Your Trunk sale that our town was having. So that was a different thing. I've never been to one of those before.
Yeah, so we have a bunch of stuff to show you from a variety of places. What do you want to start with?
Well, Junk in the Trunk, it took like 10 minutes to look and then you were done after buying. There were very few doll-related things, but I did manage to find a What's-Her-Face doll in a box, and we had just talked about those with the Stacy dolls, that they use the same body mold.
Yep.
So I thought that was kind of interesting that I found one. So I picked it up. It was really cheap. And they had one other doll there that was still really pricey and in a Junk in Your Trunk. I didn't want to pay that much money, so it stayed there. But I did pick up a high chair, which my F&B doll is sitting in. And both this and the high chair, I got away with being $10 worth of stuff. So I thought that was pretty cool. So I'm waiting to unbox her and put her face on there and see what's cool. But I thought it was cool because we just did that video.
Yeah, and occasionally people will bring up this particular line, and I'm like, what are you talking about?
Well, because you forget what it was called. Right. Head to toe, draw totally new looks. That line. Yeah. Made by Mattel.
So also that same week, I came home to find 3 skippers from Savers that were sitting in baggies that my mother saw at Savers when they were shopping and decided to pick up. Yep. So we fixed them all up, and they turned out really cute.
They did.
So they're happy to have a home. And we rarely see these kinds of skippers at Savers. Like, we see lots of the Barbies from that era, but not so much the skippers. So these guys were a nice find.
Yeah, there was a whole bunch of 80s stuff out there, and it was like really packed with Barbies and stuff. And if I had had money, I would have bought them all, because those were at least good bodies. Yeah. And you had weight to them, you had high color, but managed to pick up those.
So you have 2 skippers and a Courtney. What's next?
The Chicago Toy Show.
Okay, so the Chicago Toy Show, which is one we've gone to before.
Emphasis on toy.
Toy, yes.
Okay.
So it used to be like there was this whole room dedicated to the doll dealers, and so you would go there if you were a collector of dolls, and you'd hit that room up first because you'd see a bunch of vendors.
Right.
And they've slowly been changing that over the years.
Right, to be a mega sale. Mm-hmm. So they want the doll people intermingled among other people so that you have more sales. You'll get people that normally wouldn't look at dolls that might pick one up. Mm-hmm. Or that look at dolls and then suddenly they're around toy vendors and say, hey, maybe I should pick that up at the toy vendor. I get it. I get it.
I get it too. I mean, maybe if they really intermingled them as opposed to like only intermingling a handful of them and then putting the rest in one location, it would be different.
Right. I mean, we have to think of this one more as just being a toy show, and if you find dolls, you find dolls. So my mentality has to be more that I'm going to go look for some toys. Like, you can find action figures, you can find cars, you could find costumes, Halloween costumes, Christmas, monsters, robots.
Yeah, Disney pins.
Yeah, so I have to think of it more the frame of mind that I'm not going to wait and just only use my money for a doll, because it was really hard to find this last year.
Yeah.
I mean, this show, to find something to buy.
Yeah, like we both left with very few items, and like it took a while for us to like buy something. Right. Just because they put all the doll vendors in the atrium area, which is kind of small. It doesn't have, I mean, how many do you think it would hold? Not even 20.
It was more like 10.
Yeah, it was like 10 to 15 maybe. And then there were some doll vendors that then were intermingled in these different rooms, and it was like, why didn't they just like extend them from the atrium? Like, like that would have made more sense, because like it doesn't make sense to have 90% of your doll vendors in one area and then like sporadically move the other 10%.
Right. And the trouble with putting them in the atrium is their booths are a lot smaller.
Yeah.
You have a tiny booth whereas if you go to Kane County Doll Show, they have much larger booths.
Yeah. So we'll see. I think the Chicago Toy Show is like trying to figure out a way that works for them for whatever their goals are, but they're definitely changing it in a way that is not great for doll collectors.
Right.
Like solely doll collectors.
Right. It's more of a family show. Bring your kids, they'll find something. Bring your husband, he'll find something, and then your wife.
Yeah.
Plus, the price keeps going up and up and up and up. So, I mean, if you think of it as this big giant toy expo, then it's more warranted to pay the money to go in there. So
then like $11 for like 10 doll vendors. And even the vendors themselves are not overly overjoyed, judging from what we've heard.
Right.
So it was a little disappointing, the Chicago Toy Show. It's a fine show, but you just have to go in there with the right mentality.
Yeah, it's just not that big giant doll room that you want to go and shop in anymore. It's more of the extended universe of toys, which is fine. I only found one thing at that show.
What?
One thing. Actually, it's a little boy, and actually I kind of got duped on him, though. It's Petey, who is Patsy's boyfriend. I bought it mostly because I love the outfit. I like the cowgirl outfits and the cowboy outfits. Apparently, these are not the pants that he originally wore. So the lady tried to fix it up. So it's not, I kind of got duped on it. But I think he's cute, and I like the hat and everything. Yeah. So he's cute. But that was my only purchase. Even my husband commented on, what? You only bought one thing? You normally show me this and this and this and this.
Right. Sorry. And even in our past videos, you'll see like the last one we did, we found a lot of deals, right? Like a lot of cheap stuff. And it was like a 20-minute video.
Right, and that was the one thing too. If you were looking for somebody to maybe go lower on a price, if they were doing the 2 shows back to back, weekend after weekend, they weren't going to go low on their price because it wasn't their last day. It wasn't their only time there. So you didn't get as many.
Right.
But I like Petey, so he's cute.
I also did not pick up a lot from that show. I went in with the intention of trying to look for some skippers, maybe like some twist and turn skippers, or a bendable leg scooter. So one of the booths we went into had just this really nice bendable leg scooter. I don't have any, I just have straight leg scooters. And if you don't know, Scooter is Skipper's friend from like the 60s. But her face was cute, her coloring was cute, her knees still bend like they should. So she was a pretty good deal, and I got a couple bucks off on her. So I was happy with this. But this was like literally the only thing I had in my hand for the majority of the show.
Right.
Like nothing else was like, buy me. And I, like, if you've watched the channel, I'm very like, if something says buy me, I'm like, okay, I'll buy you. Like, I give in very easily. But there was nothing that called to me.
You are bad to shop with. You'll be saying, buy something. Go on, buy something. You don't have anything yet. Buy something.
Well, you're at a show, you should buy something.
But she's pretty. She's got a really nice coloring.
And it's her original top, and it's just like a Best Buy skirt fashion, but if I could just pin it, it would look fine.
Yeah.
So she was really cute. She was a nice little deal. And then I also got at one of the toy rooms, there was this pony. It's from the Pony Beat line, one of those. I think it's Sweet Note. She's like hot pink, and she has all these cool fluorescent colors. And her hair is crimped. She's from toward the end of the My Little Pony line. She's like year 9 of the original generation. Plus, I'd only picked up scooters, so I was like, I need to buy something else. But it turns out, like, they're actually cute little size for ponies.
Oh yeah, she is.
They're really like, they're like the perfect little companion. So
it's
if
a mini pony.
Yeah, if you need like a miniature pony for your scooters or skippers, you can just get a My Little Pony.
Cute.
So that was the Chicago Toy Show.
Mm-hmm. Kane County Show, which is basically sister to the Naperville Show. So if you go to the Naperville Show, you see a lot of the same vendors. So they can pull some more over. I think that would be good too.
Yeah.
Parking was weird because they don't expect as many crowds as the Chicago show, so the parking is on the inside of the
fairgrounds.
Of the fairgrounds, yeah. So it's always a little bit weird. It's like, where are all the people?
Yeah. It's like, I'm not allowed to park here, but you are. You are allowed to park there.
But the admission price is really, really good, and it gives you more money that you can go buy things.
And it's like strictly doll vendors.
Yeah.
that's what you will see there. So
Right.
like there's 60 or whatever vendors. So they probably had up to like 60 or so.
Yeah, I'd
I
say
would think.
so. We did half, because if we could had enough time to do half and then go to the other half, yeah, probably.
Yeah. I mean, all the vendors had a nice variety of things. Like some had Barbies, some had like Madame Alexander's. We didn't see a ton of like the 60s, 70s like play line, like Little Miss No Name or
No Little Miss.
Giggles.
There were 2 Giggles and no Little Miss No Names, and there were a lot of Sashas. Those were a bit pricey though.
They were more than like a bit pricey.
Yeah,
they
they
were
were.
like 140 for something you should get for 75.
Yeah, true. And a lot of people were offering to give you, just ask me and I can go lower.
Yeah.
So always ask somebody if they can go lower. All they can do is say no.
Right. And then you can just say, sorry, I don't want this.
I would like to see more people that would take credit card.
Yes. That show is a little old-fashioned in that respect.
Cash, usually, yeah.
I can start.
You can start, because you were the person that started.
I picked up a small amount of things. Again, this wasn't a show where we could find a lot of like super cheap things to make our like money really like
Last.
to spread it out to make it last. So I ended up getting just a few things that maybe were a little more money. So this was actually really cheap. This was $6, and it's paper dolls of the Little Women, styled like the Madame Alexander company released them. And we will open the box.
It was a good price.
Yeah, $6. I was like, that's awesome. So in here, we have the Little Women. So we have
Aww.
paper dolls. Come on. So we have the Little Women.
Cute.
Super cute. I think they look just as darling as the Madame Alexander versions of them. And then the outfits are styled here just like Madame Alexander released them. So it's like from their records, the Madame Alexander Company's records.
Oh, this one's different than the Barbie one. The other one, you had to, you could color your own dress. This one's got them all colored.
Yeah.
So
and
that's nice.
so you'll have to cut them out, and eventually I'll probably do that. But these are costumes created by the Madame Alexander
For the
design company.
For the 14-inch.
Yes.
Very pretty.
So that was really cute. If she's there next time there's a show, I may pick up some of her other ones. Because for $6 they were nice. And
That was a good price.
They had some like Gone with the Wind ones and some smaller paper dolls that were based on like sissies and things. So this was a nice find.
So I have a real Patty Play Pal, not a reproduction Patty Play Pal. I am so happy. She has the cinnamon hair. She has nice color. She was very clean. Whenever I see a Patty Play Pal, usually it's really not in good shape. So I would like to get her a different dress to wear. Maybe I'll have to see this one's old outfits if I can find a size 3. But she has nice hair. It's not that fried. I mean, she's pretty.
Yeah, she was from a collector, and the person that was selling her had another Patty Play Pal, so like you could tell this one was part of her collection and well loved versus some of the others that my mom said that are just like found in a garage, dirty and icky and stuff.
Yes, so I didn't even have to clean her hair and prep her after a show.
She's really pretty though.
She is pretty, and she actually walks when you hold her hand. I was so pleasantly pleased. So it takes me back to being 5 years old, sitting at the lunch counter of the drugstore and looking at all the big boxes of the dolls staring down at me while I ate my cheeseburger. So I finally got one. I'm so excited. So she's mine.
Yeah, that's like the best purchase of the day. Like, I'm glad Mother got her.
And when you look at it on eBay, it's the shipping that kills you on getting a Patty Play Pal because they put it in this oversized box and it's really expensive. So it was nice to actually see one in person, and she sat there and like I kept going around and they go, "You gonna buy her now?" Yes, I'm going to buy her.
Yeah, I was glad. I was like, you have to figure out if you want this now. She was not going to last the whole day at the doll show.
I was
don't
surprised
think so.
she was there 2 hours actually on last peak. The thing is, everybody is downsizing, so they're getting rid of their big dolls. But
Yeah.
I like her, so
Oh, yeah.
I'm very happy with her.
I picked up one other thing. Yeah, that was it. I just got 2 things. Which I know was weird. Like, I feel like I should have more sitting on my chair beside me here. But this was my big purchase for the day. Like I said, it wasn't like a day of shopping for lots of small things. Turned out to be like finding that big piece that you wanted.
More quality than quantity. Yeah.
So we saw this one vendor who had a bunch of like composition and hard plastic dolls, and there was this R&B on display, and she was really cute. Like I have a thing, I think R&Bs are kind of cute, especially when they have this hairstyle and like this face shape. I just think they're adorable. So this is an R&B. She is, I think, hard plastic.
Yeah.
I can never tell if it's composition or hard plastic. Like sometimes they're.
I know, I have trouble telling too. I think it's hard plastic.
So, yeah, we think she's hard plastic, so she'd be from the 50s.
She has leather shoes.
She has all her original outfit, her original shoes, her original hairpiece, and she just looks really pretty.
The dress palette is just very pretty, the colors.
And her face, and like the R&B I have has brown eyes, this one has blue, so she still looks different from that one. But she's just really cute. So I picked her up.
She keeps getting them taller and taller, is what she does, where the shelf isn't going to fit them.
Well, yeah, because I like the tall ones. I think the tall ones are like big. Like Patty Playpal, big.
Yeah, big, I know.
I like big. So, yeah, I definitely have no place to put her, which was the reason I was like hesitating on a lot of things, because I have literally no place to put them. But this one, I have to get a stand for her and I guess rearrange the entire room so I can fit her somewhere. But that'll happen eventually. She just has a really like darling little face, and I like the style of the wig and the mohair.
She is very pretty coloring. Her elbows are nicely colored. She was made in Spain by Mary Vasquez, and I guess she was popular making felt type dolls in the 70s, but this one would be from the 80s. And it was a company called Lloyderson that must have distributed it. Some people called her a sweet cheek cloth doll. So I don't know her name. She's 21 inches. Some people also said she was called a joy forever. So I'm not sure. She does have, her head does turn. She has her dress sewn on. But she's just so cute. When you look at her, she's so cute.
She has a unique look to her. I think she's
I love
cute
the
too.
cheekies.
Yeah.
The early 70s stuff that I saw that this lady made were kind of weird, but then in the 70s we had some strange dolls with really exaggerated features.
Yeah.
But I guess she was very popular in Spain. And she was half off, and then they gave us more off because the lady did not take credit card, and it was going to be my only other purchase.
Yep.
So that's what I got there.
Yeah, she's a cutie.
And then my brother happened to be somewhere and just picked up a discount Barbie for me. And I got it this weekend. So it's an American Idol Barbie, which I did not have. She has a different body type, and I like to collect the different body types. It is a really strange body.
So weird.
It's a flex body, they call it, but it's just like she's morphed in this odd position.
Her waist is, I don't know if a waist actually does what it's doing.
It's like twisted and goes in on the side, and it is the strangest thing, and that's the way it stays.
Yeah.
It looks good when she has a mic in her hand, but I think that's the only way it looks good.
Yeah, if you saw her without the clothing, it would just look weird and deformed.
Yeah, but this way it's okay. So that's what I've gotten. I didn't get a lot this weekend, but as far as doll show weekends go, things I forgot to say when I went to the junk in your trunk, there was one other thing I wanted to get. There was a 11-inch royalty mouse bank. You know those ones, those little caricature mice with the really big giant ears, but you could tell the lady that brought it there to sell, she really didn't want to sell it. She had so many emotions wrapped up in that little mouse that it was like, oh, wow, yeah, I don't know if I want to sell it. I remember when I got it, there's a lot of memories, and it's like, okay, you still have memories, keep your doll.
Put it in your backseat.
Yeah, so that was kind of funny.
At the Chicago Toy Show, there were two vendors who seemed to stand out. They were first-time vendors, and one of them was Netchi Dolls, which apparently was like a Kickstarter last year because some people brought it up when I posted a picture on Facebook. But it's netchidolls.com, and she also has an Etsy site. And they were like cloth-bodied
fabric. Felt face.
Yeah, they were kind of like that, but different. They were really cute.
They were adorable. The babies were adorable.
Yeah, so definitely if they're there multiple times, then one day I'll pick one up.
It seems they do a lot of stuff in Wisconsin. So you can pick the type of doll you want, the color hair, the outfit you want. The babies, they were all like swaddled. They were adorable.
So cute. So that's Netchi Dolls, which we'll link to in the description area. And then next to them was Nada's Knitted Friends. She was the one that had all the knit creatures.
She had cute things too.
Yeah, it was super cute. Plus, she said that if you had you could draw a picture of what you wanted created.
Yeah.
And she would try to recreate it in her knitted art.
And then she would just keep showing you
Her
what it
technique.
looked like until you
Yeah.
decided that's what you wanted.
So if you're looking for someone to do like a unique one-of-the-kind knitted friend for you off of one of your designs or one of your children's designs or something like that, definitely check out Nada's Knitted Friends, because she also sells on Etsy, so you can find her online, and her stuff was really cute. So if they're there next time, I'll definitely try to spend some money at their booths, because they're artists who are doing this for a living. So I think it's nice to do that, and then we could show it off here on the channel.
And a shout out to, was it Carol?
Carol, yes.
And our reborn mommies that we bumped into and we usually bump into.
It's always nice to see people at the shows. So don't be afraid to say hello.
Are you those strange people that are on camera?
Yeah, so it's always nice to see people. So shout out to everyone who said hello to us this month. It's always nice to see you. That was our eventful April.
So go to a dolly show, tell us what you found.
Yeah. And if there's a show in your area, you can always let us know, where you're shopping. And then if anyone ever asks us, for tips on where to find a show, we can point them in that direction. So let us know what you think of all these in the comments, and we'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.